Just like a movie, just like a storybook. We are the future, we're the ones they won't overlook. It's time to be the hero. Like you've never seen. Like you've never seen. Looking for a hero. Just like in a dream. Just like in a dream.
When I was 16 years old, I was working at a Goodyear tire store, and my boss actually built an old dirt car, street stock Monte Carlo. Went with him one night, fell in love with it. It was a hell of a race, hell of a party, and a big fight afterwards. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. It wasn't long after that, I was driving an old 78 Camaro out of the weeds at that guy's farm. We pulled that thing out and made a race car out of it, and away we went. You know, I think a driver has more to do with the equation going back and racing dirt, whether it's a modified, a late model. You can do more with the race car. You know, the harder you drive it, a lot of times, the better it goes. You can crawl up on that wheel and feel like you made the difference at the end of the night. Asphalt car, you can't overdrive them. Well, that was the first thing that I had to learn right off the bat is, oh my gosh, I've got to discipline myself, not overdrive this thing, and that's how you get the most out of it. Truth be told, communicating the right information to your crew and your crew chief so they can do their job and make their appropriate adjustments for you to go faster and do your job is probably 90% of the game in our world. I've always loved late models. You know, my dream was to be a late model driver driving for a living across the country like Daryl and Don do that drive for me. I mean, that was, truth be told, that was my dream, you know. I always wanted a semi. I always wanted a stacker trailer with 2 hot rods in it, and let's go racing. Let's take off with your buddies and go race and chase that dream. Never in a million years did I think it would turn into a Cup Series, and I actually have an opportunity to own 2 dirt late model teams. When you think of iRacing, you don't think of a video game. It's not. It's way above and beyond any of that. You know, dirt racing changes so much. The track changes so much. Being able to capture that, to experience all those details that surround dirt racing and make dirt racing what it is what makes iRacing so cool, because they did nail all of that. I knew when they came to our shop and scanned cars and went to the detail of getting that car right, I knew that it was going to be over the top, because it blew my mind just the work that went into making sure the car itself was legit. This sport has been around a long time. The competition can't be replaced, and that's what brings people back to the racetrack week in and week out.
Welcome everybody to LCTV's coverage of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series, brought to you by Paparazzi Accessories and also Suicide Awareness, with official partners of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. So, racing here from Phoenix, Avondale, Arizona. Your pole sitter for today is number 3 machine of Jim Ott as the pace car rolls off, and we're getting set. Race 4 is underway here from Phoenix. Head down into turn 1. Free Jim Ott has lead over CJ Gates. J.R. Hagel looking back in third, side by side with the 83 of Jason Barham. By the way, cut that dog leg. You're going to see that quite often today as I'm cutting that dog leg. Well, single file, top 4 for now. Blaze Tatum looking to try to make some noise, looking inside the top 4, but unable to pull off that move. J.R. Hager kind of slides a little bit wide. And he's actually going to scrape the wall, so J.R. Hager into the outside wall, lap 2 out of 150. I was going to take note, the stages do end on lap 40 and lap 80. That's when stages 1 and 2, and the 23 goes around. Blaze Tatum spins coming off turn 4, about to complete lap 2. Let's look back at what happened here. Looks like he just kind of came off turn 4 and Roy Atchison just clipped him and he hit the inside wall pretty hard. He fires it back up and rolls away, but pretty hard hit for the 23 of Blaze Tatum. Let's run it on board with him. The turn 4 just gets tapped on the side, tries to gather it up, but unable to, and runs out of room. It's the inside wall and gets it refired back up, but certainly not the way he wanted to start today's race. That is for sure. So a very early caution here from Phoenix says, looks like most leaders are pitting. '61 machine, 50, 40, the 88, 83. Jason Barron pits out of like 3rd place. For Atchison, the 40 machine of that 40 machine is Kirk Sagert. 50 of Jeffrey Meyer. Got a 61 of Kenneth Sagert, and the 23 who was involved in that accident. So he's gonna slide it into his pit stall. Currently, your race leader is the 3 of Jim Ott, who we saw with a pretty good battle 2 weeks ago from Las Vegas. And as I bring that up, yes, we did, as you know, have a week off last week. That was actually an unscheduled week off. Roy Atchison, the league owner, him and his father did a race at a track somewhere, and he ended up winning the race, but his father got involved in an accident that brought him to the hospital. So he was at the hospital on that Sunday night, so we were not able to run the race. But nevertheless, we're here this week, this Sunday night, running this race from Phoenix. So far 5 laps complete, as we're currently under the first caution of the night for the 23 of Blaze Tatum. So definitely not the way they wanted to start off tonight's race, but nevertheless, 13 drivers here today. In the first short track of the season, we went to the High Banks of Daytona, went to the slip and slide track of Atlanta, went to the tight oval of Las Vegas, a mile and a half, and here for the 4th race of the season at the first short track and a flat track at that. So pace car lights are off. We're getting set to go green once again here. Jim Ott currently your race leader, followed by 13 of CJ Gates. J.R. Hager with some right front damage after getting the outside wall. 42, Donald Floyd sitting at P4. 38 of Hilton Young in 5th. Jason Barham, the first car to pits out of those guys in the caution. He currently sits in 6th. So looking around here. See where Atchison cushion up to the back of the field there, but right now. Roll through 3 and 4. Official iRacing pace car. Ford Mustang gonna make the hard left turn down pit lane, and all on the hands of Jim Ott as to when he goes. Green flag is back, and we're underway here once again from Phoenix. Great start by the 13 CJ Gates, able to hold with Jim Ott on the outside. The inside lane is the preferred lane for the most part. And he's going to clear the 13 CJ Gates. So J.R. Hager looking to get underneath CJ Gates, but not quite able to do that. Right on board with our race leader Jim Ott, looking at the rest of the field from behind. So they're side by side for fourth between the 38 Hilton Young and the 42 Donald Floyd. Here comes Jason Barrow, those fresh tires. He makes it 3 wide on the bottom. Another 3 wide is good on the back straightaway, heading into turn 3. Someone's gonna have to give. It's the 38 Hilton Young. Wisely backs out of it. And 83 Jason Barrow, he is going places. And we have another caution. 88 Roy Atchison. Maybe some revenge. Just that 23 kind of slow there. Let's take a look back at what happened. Let's see here. So yeah, 88 goes into the corner on the low side, gets sideways, and the 23 definitely did not seem to try to lift, and finished him off pretty nicely there. So second caution of the night, and it's out here on lap 9 of 150, and it's again for the same 2 cars. This time 88 gets sideways, 23 still has an opportunity to let him know he wasn't too happy about the last incident, and finished him off. So he made his way down on the pit road now with some rear end damage. 61 has some front end damage too. Not quite sure what from. Also has some back end damage, so I guess there was a bit of a skirmish there. Right sides go on 50. Jeffrey Meyer 40 and the 38 all pit again. J.R. Hager's in at a 3rd place. But Jim Ott currently still your race leader, leading all of the 10 laps completed here tonight. We're going to take this quick opportunity to go to a quick commercial break. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. Oh, oh, oh. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Alrighty, welcome back to Atchison Motorsport Xfinity Series racing here from Phoenix International Speedway, located in Avondale, Arizona. 12 laps complete here from Phoenix, as we're currently working under our second caution flag of the night. Again, stage 1 ends on lap 40, so we're just past a quarter of the way there. Field works through 3 and 4, 55 miles an hour, pace car speed. Pace car made a hard left turn down onto pit lane. Getting ready to go back green here from Phoenix. 13 to 3 on the jump. Again, CJ Grace with a great restart, able to hold with a 3 on the inside. Actually, looks like we have the advantage out of turn 2 here. Indeed, he does. As CJ Gates tries to take the lead, but now the 3 is cut in the dog leg. Can he get alongside? The 13 is going to turn 3. Not quite. 13 pulls ahead, so CJ Gates takes the race lead here at Phoenix. So first different leader of tonight, as Jim Ott looks to try to close on that gap. 83 Jason Barham pitted under the previous caution for last, as Jim Ott looks underneath the 13 to cut the dog leg. Almost some contact between the two leaders there. Jim wants this race lead back. He gets the low side down through 3 and 4. They come off turn 4 about even. The 3 has about half a crown length ahead. Leads that lap time by at the start finish line. 13 maybe trying to pull a crossover here as the 3 clears him off turn 2, and here comes the 83 Jason Barham looking to shake it up here. Some contact for second. I think the 13 expected the 83 to cut the dog a little bit more than he did. So the 13 came down, the 83 was still there, so 83 backed out to keep from causing an accident. Now this 83 gets a run on the outside of CJ Gates. Short way to turn 4. Meanwhile, Jim Ott looks in the rearview mirror and just pulls on ahead. This is what he wants to see, is these guys battling for second. Now you can't cut that dog leg. It does gain you quite a bit of time, but it does also hurt your tires, and you can't get loose when you go down there. Jared Hager here in 4th place, looking to try to gain on these guys battling, as he looks up on the rear bumper of the 83 machine to work their way through 1 and 2. Cut the dog leg. Going underneath 83 for 3rd place. Goes right down underneath that yellow line just a bit. And he clears 83 off turn 4, so 3rd place gonna go to Jared Hager. Up front, looks like CJ Gates is falling a bit behind Jim Ott in 1st and 2nd there. But mostly single file all the way through this 11-car field here tonight. The 61 machine kind of stayed here still with some damage, so 40 machine gets into the wall. Kirk Sadger, so a couple of relatives here battling at the back, but Donald Floyd or Atchison trying to battle out here a little bit. This 88 falls a little bit back for 9th place, looks like. Start the way off turn 4 once again here. Out front, just all Jim Ott. CJ Gates is not letting him get too far. So we're now halfway through stage 1 here at Phoenix. Right on board here with your 2nd place runner CJ Gates and then number 13 Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro. Definitely has a harder charge into turn 1, but doesn't get quite as good of an exit because of that. Running different lines, but about even. So it was 4/10 back there, so across the finish line is done by. It's also 4/10, so gap not really changing. I'm getting a little bit here and there, but consistently it's not changing all that much. Get him on back from the 3 of Jim Ott, your race leader. Different lines, but about the same lap times. Looks like the 13 have actually gained a bit of time right there. Just potentially, and Jared Hager, he's sitting back there at 2nd about a second and a half back. He wants these guys to get side by side and battle it out so he can gain. But he also has fresh tires. He did indeed pit under that last caution, so J.R. Hager closing the gap, gain about a 10th that lap right there. Looking to try to gain more, see if he can challenge these guys for the race lead and potentially even the stage win. It also comes down to, will they have enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage? J.R. Hager pitted into that last caution. Jason Barron pitted in the caution previous to that one, so they should be good on fuel if it does come down to it. Jeffrey Meyer pitted into both cautions. He's currently sitting in P5 all by himself. Big gap back to Blaze Tatum. You got Tilton Yun, Roar Atchison. That's Kurt Sager. And Donald Floyd. And then you got Kenneth Sager way back here. Here comes CJ Gates. Closing in on the gap. J.R. Hager also slowly closing in now, gaining another 10th on him. But CJ Gates looking underneath the 3 right now. Looking to try to make something happen. Off turn 2 they come. Still about 0.3 of a second gap between the two race leaders. Coming up to just 13 laps to go in stage 1 here from Phoenix. See the back truck on the tailplanes. Here comes J.R. Hager also. He was 9/10 last lap. This time he's 8/10, so he's looking to try to gain some time. He's definitely cutting the dog leg more than these guys, but it's also hurting his tires. It looks like Jim Ott's kind of able to gap CJ a little bit right there, but he gains it right back. And looks like J.R. Hager got that damage that he got on lap 2. He got on the outside wall coming off turn 2. It's still a little bit of a crack in the fender, but it's a short track. Doesn't hurt you too badly. Aerodynamics is not a big deal, but now it was a 2/10 gap, 3/10 gap, and now it's a 5/10 gap, so half a second gap between Jim Ott and CJ Gates. Looks like J.R. Hager's actually gaining on CJ Gates here, looking to try to get second place here for the end of the stage. I'm actually kind of a high line. Kind of like a middle groove line through 1 and 2. Interesting line. He really cuts that dog leg. But that kind of hurts your entry into 3. Let's see what he does here. Run a little bit of a lower line to CJ Gates. So we now have just 10 laps to go in stage 1. Jim Ott currently out front. CJ Gates in second. J.R. Hager in third. And we got about a 2-second gap back to the 4th place winner, Jason Barham, and another big gap back to Jeffrey Meyer. Tilton Yun currently running out 6th. Blaze Tatum and Roar Atchison 7th and 8th. Looks like we're still continuing their feud. Got Kurt Sager in 9th, Donald Floyd in 10th. The last driver to get stage points, and there's Kenneth Floyd. Actually, we were battle for the race lead as we were looking for that. Looks like Jim Ott maybe made a mistake because CJ Gates just took that away from him. Here comes J.R. Hager trying to get second. That caught him by surprise. So we now just have 8 laps to go on the stage. We're side by side for second. J.R. Hager got a little bit sideways off that corner. But CJ Gates takes over the race lead. We're still battling for second. J.R. Hager on the inside. Gets sideways. Can he save it? He does. J.R. Hager battling for second place for the stage with the 3 of Jim Ott. Gets sideways off turn 2. Makes a great save to regain control and is now falling back to 4th. So that's going to give second place to Jim Ott, but CJ Gates out front. I'll take a look back here now as the racing is kind of settled. Back at, first of all, what happened to Jim Ott, because he got caught by these guys in a hurry. Oh, that's what it looks like. So right here, a few laps prior to all that, as we're rolling through the field, he came off turn 2, got under the outside wall pretty heavily, and that allowed CJ Gates, J.R. Hager to close quickly on him, and obviously CJ Gates made that pass. And then we saw J.R. Hager get loose, trying to battle with him there. See right here, I just got moved sideways off turn 2, made a great save, entering the back straightaway, but definitely probably a scare for him. As we're gonna go back live here. Actually, the race leaders have gathered it back up once again. Jim Ott looking to try to regain that spot from CJ Gates. We're coming up to just 4 laps to go in this first stage. Only a 0.3 of a second gap, so one mistake by CJ Gates. That's going to give it to Jim Ott. I'm sure he's definitely pressuring him in the rearview mirror. Looks back there and sees that fleet machine all over him. He's trying to run the low side. Has a pretty good run off turn 2 here. See if he can pull. Gonna cut the dog leg. Try to go to his inside and turn it 3. Doesn't look like he can. Nope, he cannot. Certainly tried. Worked their way off turn 4. Just 3 laps to go in stage 1. Here from Phoenix, race 4 of the first season Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. It's also coming up on lapping Kenneth Sager, number 61 machine, so see if lap traffic will play a factor in the stage end here. So coming off turn 4 once again, just 2 laps to go in the stage, unless the 13 makes a mistake or gets held up by Kenneth and the 61. Seems like he has this stage win in the bag, but it's gonna be interesting. Jim Ott's still there if he does indeed make a mistake, and he's gotta definitely try to be pressuring him as coming up on the 61 machine to see if he pulls up top to get out of the way of these leaders. Personally, I don't think there's no reason to be racing them, so 13 works to the inside, he's going to stay up high out of the way, so it's always nice to have lap traffic play. And there's the caution for the stage end, so CJ Gates, your stage 1 winner here from Phoenix. Jim Ott comes up 2nd. Jason Barron 3rd, J.R. Hager 4th, Jeffrey Meyer 5th, Donald Floyd 6th, as Tilton Young 7th, Preston 8th, Blaze Tatum 9th, and Kurt Sager rounds out your top 10, as long as I'm not from New Jersey. So CJ Gates with a late stage charge there to get around Jim Ott, will be able to hold him off. His car pulls out in front of the leaders here. So I'm sure everybody's going to head down pit road, but I'm going to see how they handle coming down pit road here. Official Irison.com pace car out front. For only the 3rd caution of tonight. First one was early, coming to complete lap 2. Second one was on lap 9. And now stage 1 end here on lap 40. So CJ Gates leads the field down pit road. Number 13, Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro. Come around and pull into that number. No, he overshot his pit stall. And Jim Ott did too, so both the race leaders have pit road problems. Jim Ott's still not in his pit stall. We're gonna see Blaze Tate. Nope. Jason Bear and J.R. Hager, they're side by side. How about that? So it looks like J.R. Hager comes out with the race lead off pit road. A lot of trouble for 2 race leaders. Blaze Tatum comes off 2nd. J.R. Hager gains 3 spots on pit road. Great job by him. So we're going to take this quick time to go to a quick commercial break. Don't go away, I'll be right back. pace car lights are off from the back. Green flag racing. From Phoenix, Jeffrey Meyer, race leader. As there's some chaos under the caution. Jerry Hicker's giving an E-ball penalty. Not quite sure what went on there. But anyhow, your race leader is Hilton Young. And of caution in the back of the field. What was that out for? Go back what had happened. The reason of the caution. I'm not able to figure out what the caution was out for. I don't see any reason the caution would have honestly come out. Oh, I see what happened. One thing I can see right now is that where Atchison kind of just wasn't paying attention. I honestly don't know, but he decided to pull into the inside wall, and that was the cause of your fourth caution of the night. So, not quite sure what was going on, but that was the yeah. So, interesting turn of events, as I guess Jerry Hager was given a penalty, and doesn't even really know why. So, a lot of strange things happening as Jerry Hager was given a penalty out of the race lead. A great pit stop, gained 3 spots, and was penalized. So, given an E-to-L penalty, which is the end of the line penalty. So, then we had a car just where Atchison just kind of pull into the inside wall and slow down, and that brought out a caution. So, not quite sure what's going on, as 40 of Kirk Sager is going to pit, along with the 42 of Donald Floyd, and the 61 of Kenneth Sager. So, and Jerry Hicker's back down pit road. So, a lot of weird, strange things going on here from Phoenix. But, yeah, so lap 48 of 150, and stage 2 ends on lap 80, so continue to pace behind the iRacing.com official pace car. Well, we're going to take this opportunity to go back to another quick commercial break, as strange turn of events here from Phoenix. Alright, welcome back to everybody to the Atchison Motorsport Xfinity Series racing here from Phoenix International Raceway. Hilton Young and Jeffrey Meyer lead the field degree as they go 4 wide on the restart. CJ Gates and Jim Ott, very aggressive moves. CJ Gates looks like he's going to take the race lead from that move here, so 38. I'm pretty sure stayed out under that previous caution. That's how he got out in front. So CJ Gates takes the race lead. Now the 3 is stuck behind the 38, which is going to help the 13 gap him a little bit. So 3 of Dumont looks underneath the 38 for second place here. turn 1 once again here. 83 Jason Barham gets by the 38 Hilton Young. 50 Jeff Meyer also looking to get by him. For P4. Jared Hager working his way back up from that penalty that was given with quite a bit of confusion, so he works his way back up to the front, try to get himself into the top 5. He needs to get around that 38 Hilton Young first, as he make it look pretty easy, so he just kind of goes around by him. That's the difference between tires and no tires. Blaze Tatum sitting back there in 7th place for now, looking on, but out front, so CJ Gates. So we got 5 out of the field here. So CJ Gates half-second lead over Jim Ott. Got that back to another half-second to Jason Barham, and then not far behind him is the 30 of Jeffrey Meyer. We're into turn 3 once again. Back from 50 machine, Jeffrey Meyer currently in P4. CJ Hager there in an 02 Heinz TV Toyota Camry. Actually side by side now for that 3rd spot with Blaze Tatum. He's in a clear 83 machine as they work their way into turn 3 and 4. So 83 right in his rear bumper, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to make any move in turn 1. So CJ Gates in the lead here. With 13 Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro. Continue to work the way to 3 and 4, but a complete lap 55 and 150 here. So. And 02 Jared Hager into the outside wall for the 2nd time tonight. This time off turn 4, so gonna get some more right side damage, but gonna cut that dog leg. We're seeing him cut the dog leg more than anybody else, so it could be a factor if he does get back up and regain the check position that he lost for that during that penalty. So. Spread out now. As Sherry Hager continues to cut that dog leg, gains quite a bit of time, but also burns his tires off more. Hopefully unable to hold off Blaze Tatum, Donald Floyd, Kurt Sager, Kenneth Sager, and we're Atchison working his way. Gotta go a lap down actually, so it's not too keen for him, but out front it's CJ Gates, but don't look now, here comes Jim Ott. He is looking to try to take back the race lead. And there's a crash right in front of the leaders.
Caution.
Roy Atchison goes around. And that's going to bring out the 5th caution of the night. So Roy Atchison running in 11th place, 2 laps down actually. He's going to bring out your caution once again here at Phoenix. So let's look back at what happened to him. We saw right in front of him, the leaders coming off turn 4. Let's take a look back at what happened here. Looks like he just got tight off turn 4, got into the outside wall, went around, hit the inside wall, and then let her roll so the leaders could get by. Just, whoa, Jared Hager and Blaze oh, it actually was some contact! And Jeffrey Meyer went upside down while running in the top 5 off the nose of the 83 of Jason Barham. Wow. That was something we didn't notice. Let's look back at what happened there. Insane crash, trying to avoid the wreck that happened right in front of the race leaders. See, they're checking up, and it gets, it got sideways under braking, just clipped the 50, and the 50 went upside down and rolled and did a complete 360. Wow. That was insane. just got loose, just clipped the 50, and the 50 went upside down. And then backed into the outside wall. This look is 2 damage, but that's definitely not gonna help him. Wow. So, a wreck happens right in front of the leaders. And we have a car flip. As actually the leaders are just exiting pit road. Looks like Atchison's gonna stay out to the wave around. Jim Ott is your race leader now. Looks like CJ Gates pitted. Some connection issues, apologize for that. Looks like CJ Gates pitted. And it looks like Kurt Sagert, Donald Floyd now comes down pit road. Pretty sure he's a lap down though. As everybody else comes around, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that Jim Ott, J.R. Hager stayed out along with Hilton Young, but CJ Gates pitted. We just have 20 laps to go in the stage. Jeff Meyer was back down pit road, trying to fix some of that damage he got from that incident with 83 Jason Barham. Really, really crazy wreck here from Phoenix. Probably the most crazy wreckers we've seen this far. It's just in 12th draft from the pace car. But probably the craziest wreck I've ever seen at Phoenix International Raceway. You see the 83 of Jason Barham right there. So Atchison gonna get his lap back. His pace car laps are pace car lights are off now. Ready to go bat green here from Phoenix. Jim Ott on your inside, J.R. Hager on the outside. So really, really wild wreck. Right off the 5th caution of the night. A lap car wrecked right in front of the leaders, and that caused the leaders to get kind of bunched up and wreck themselves. And Jeff Meyer went from a tumble. But we also saw some different pit strategy. 3 guys stayed out. The rest of them pitted. I'm actually really surprised the 38 decided to stay out once again, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he stayed out under the previous caution. So he's in really old tires. We saw him fall to the back pretty quickly that time. So interesting call to stay out once again. But Jim Ott gonna lead the field back under green. This race is currently in the hands of Jim Ott, and green flag is out from Phoenix once again, and a great restart by Jim Ott. Not quite so good a restart by J.R. Hager, so balanced in 3rd place. CJ Gates with those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles quickly gets his way around Hilton Young now and set the sights on the 0-2 of J.R. Hager in 2nd place. J.R. Hager actually looking to try to get underneath Jim Ott for the race lead here potentially. Take the way off turn 4 once again here. 0-2 looking pretty strong. 0-2 Hyzine TV, 4K TV, Toyota Camry. Got out front earlier on that great pit stop, but got an EOL penalty from the admin. As he's right on the rear bumper of Jim Ott, and CJ Gates is right there behind him. So 3-car battle for the race lead here from Phoenix with just 16 laps left to go in this stage. And J.R. Hager once again really cut that dog leg. Jim Ott able to gap him just by a couple car lengths that worked way into turn 3. So J.R. Hager trying to pressure in that 3 of Jim Ott into a mistake, but it's going to be pretty tough. We seem to be pretty strong out front here tonight. It's actually, 3 had a lower line than the 0-2, and that kind of gained him some time. And 0-2 is a little bit higher and kind of hurt him a bit. CJ Gates is right there behind him. So if 3 makes a mistake, 0-2 is going to pounce on him. 0-2 makes a mistake, 13 is going to pounce on him. It's right there. 0-2 got a little bit sideways in the marbles there, just a bit, but it didn't hurt him too much as he's going to enter kind of high again. The 13 looking underneath him. Had a lift to try to get a good corner exit there, but Jim Ott kind of able to gap these 2 guys for the race lead. We saw him earlier. He did indeed make a mistake off turn 2, got into the outside wall. It was just enough to let the 13 by. went on to win the first stage. It's now they're side by side for second. 13 to the gates. Jump into the inside of J.R. Hager. Worked way down the back stretch and cut the dog leg. Once again, these guys side by side. That's exactly what Jim wants to see. And these guys side by side. That's going to hurt both their lines and both their runs. As the O2's in the wall once again for the third time tonight. J.R. Hager clobbers the outside wall. It's probably the hardest hit that's happened tonight. Hits the wall off turn 4 again. That's going to easily get the spot to CJ Gates. He's now trying to set his sights on Jim Ott. It's been a pretty tough one, though. We've seen through Jim Ott probably has the fastest car. He was the pole sitter, so seems to be pretty good. And a caution once again.
Debris, I think, from, yeah, I see it here. It's,
what was that up for? Let's take a look here. Not quite sure what the caution's out for. Oh, wow. Interesting. We didn't even notice this. So yeah, J.R. Hager out of third place. Spun coming off turn 4. And got into the inside wall pretty hard. So a self-spin by the O2 of J.R. Hager. To look back at what happened once again now. With the O2 Toyota Camry machine. You see here, he just comes off turn 4, kind of down a little bit lower than he wanted to probably. Just got loose. Got into the inside wall pretty hard, so even more damage for the O2 machine. We just saw him get into the outside wall a couple times. And now he ended up going for a spin, so he's had a pretty rough night. Got on the outside wall a couple times. Then got the race lead off pit road, and then got an inline penalty, working its way back up to third before this. Bam. So pretty hard hit for J.R. Hager. He's going to bring up the caution for the 6th time here tonight from Phoenix. And yeah, he disconnected, so seems to be it for Jim Ott. Excuse me, not Jim Ott, J.R. Hager. His night is officially over, so tough night for him. Is that he's just gonna come up to, we have currently up to 8 laps to go in stage 1. Excuse me, stage 2. Jim Ott, currently your race leader, has led the most laps here tonight. CJ Gates right there in second. So there's not that much of a field left. 3rd place, Hilton Young. 4th place, Donald Floyd. 5th place, Jason Barham. Place Tatum in 6th. We're actually in the 3rd, and he's actually a lap down, so he's actually, it's been like about 11th. Kurt Sager is in 7th. Jeffrey Meyer is actually in 9th. So Rogerson actually isn't a lead lap, so he's 8th, but will be 9th because here comes Jeffrey Meyer past him. So only 9 cars left on track here tonight, so. Oh, interesting turn of events here. J.R. Hager had a pretty rough night. Looked to show some speed in practice. Didn't really get that great of a qualifying lap. He qualified in the top 5, but ran the top 5 most of the night before getting to the outside wall a couple times. Got the race lead because both the 2 race leaders, CJ Gates and Jim Ott, made a mistake and he beat the 83 off the road before getting an EOL penalty. Worked his way back up from the back of the field and ended up into the inside wall and going behind the wall to the garage. So not the night he wanted, but pretty good night so far for Jim Ott, as he is currently a race leader. We'll go green. It's just going to be 6 laps to go in stage 2. We'll take this moment to thank the official partners of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series, Paparazzi Accessories, along with Suicide Awareness, both official partners of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. So Pace car lights are off. Irc.com Ford Mustang pace car, which has come out now for the 6th time here tonight. And it certainly won't be the last time. It's obviously it's going to come back out from the stage end, but we can see if we can keep it green besides that one stage end. Is pace car makes her left turn on pit lane, and the race field is in the hands of Jim Ott as he's going to go. The green flag's back out underway. Here's CJ Gates in the restart, so 13 CJ Gates right on his rear bumper though. So they worked away to turn 2. All clustered in the back. Fulton Young in pair 83 of Jason Barham. We're still side by side with Donald Floyd now for that 4th spot. And we're Blaze Tatum making it 3 wide through the middle. Made it stick. Really aggressive move by Blaze Tatum, but it paid off for him as he got around at 50 Jeff Meyer. Donald Floyd gives him a bump. He's gonna get in the back of the 38. Holton Young. A lot of contact back here. There's a 3 wide once again down the back straightaway. A lot of action back here mid-pack as the 40 makes a really insane turn there. As 38 Hilton Young looks to be pitting here, I'm guessing. Not quite sure why. Not sure if it's just because we're pit stop or what, but looks like he's going to pull off. So up front though, as we come up to just 2.5 laps left to go in stage 2. These 2 guys who've been Glastonville all night battling for the race lead here. Jim Ott and CJ Gates worked away off turn 4 at 13. Just about 2/10 behind that number 3 machine, so he's looking to try to set up a late stage move here, but he only has a couple of laps to do it, so we're going around to just 1 lap to go in stage 2. Looks like Jim Ott has it as long as he doesn't make a mistake here. CJ Gates kind of slipping behind now, about 3.5 tenths back, so Jim Ott out front. Catch that dog leg once again here. Oh, he got gypped in stage 1 after making contact with the outside wall. So managed to come second, but he's going to get redemption in stage 2 off turn 4. Comes around, crosses the start-finish line. Jim Ott, your stage 2 winner, as we wait for race officials to throw the caution flag. And there it is. So Jim Ott, your stage 2 winner. CJ Gates coming out 2nd. Jason Barham 3rd. Jeffrey Meyer 4th, who flipped earlier. Blaze Tatum 5th. Donald Floyd 6th. Kirk Sagert and 7th. Roy Atchison 8th. Kenneth Sagert and 9th. That's the pace car. And actually, Hilton Young, who made that pit stop, I'm pretty sure, is 10th. I'm pretty sure he is indeed a lap down, so this car comes back out. 7th caution of the night, but this one was a scheduled one, so we now just hit exactly 1 hour of streaming here. We're gonna see here, will there be pit stops? Come off turn 4, it looks like the 3 is gonna lead almost everybody down, and 23 stays out. But Jim Ott, CJ Gates, Blaze Tatum, Meyer, Donald Floyd, Kirk Sagert, Atchison, Kenneth Sagert, all come down. Hilton Young, actually, that makes sense now. I think Hilton Young is pulling some strategy. He pitted before the end of that stage. I think he was just trying to gain some, I think he was trying to short pit at that stage, so pits before the stage to come out in front. I believe that may have been what he did last time, because I was confused that I got the race lead after that stage. That may have been how. We're going to see here who pulls off pit road first. Blaze Tatum rolls off. Everybody rolls off. Looks like the 3 Jim Ott had him there. 3 wide coming off pit road, but Jim Ott out first. CJ Gates out second. Blaze Tate third. Donald Floyd up to fourth. Great pit stop by him. Yon's gonna come around here. Kurt Sager fifth. Bridgestone and Jeff Meyer still on pit road as Ken Sager's gonna roll off here in sixth. From Jeffrey Meyer, probably looking at some of that damage fix from the flip he had after the wreck by Roy Atchison, so everybody comes off. Blaze Tatum, your race leader here tonight. Your fifth different leader here tonight. Number 23 Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro. So we're gonna take the stage caution and go to a quick commercial break, but look away. We're gonna come back here from the final stage. We're gonna sort out how this Phoenix race is gonna finish.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
Back live here from Phoenix International Raceway in Avondale, Arizona. The Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series, 4th race of Season 1. As we're coming under our 7th caution flag of the night, just after the close of Stage 2. So the final 70 laps of Stage 3 is going to go on as looks like there's a bit of a gap back to the pace car to the 23 machine, but Blaze Tatum stays out to get the race lead. Pretty early jump. Doesn't get that good of a start. Doesn't even miss a shift. There's someone because here comes Jim Ott running outside along with CJ Gates following close behind. Blaze Tatum already falls back to third, and it's time over here. Here comes Jason Barham to take away that spot. Not quite sure why he stayed out there. The only thing would be if a quick caution came out and everybody pitted, but most likely would not happen, so interesting call, but I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm not them, so Floyd now will be underneath him for that 4th spot. And they're still battling about 3 wide now for it looks like 6th. Tilton Yun and Kirk Sager side by side. Jeff Meyer working on following in suit, Roy Atchison and Kenneth Sager. But out front, it's all Jim Ott, followed by CJ Gates. CJ Gates looks to try to take back over this race lead. The 13-3 have been the class of the field about all night. Only person that came up here and kind of battled with him was J.R. Hager, but after spinning the inside wall, he's caught. Put in the garage, and caution once again.
Boss, you're doing a good job. You want to give us an update on that car?
As the 50 and 42 got together in turn 1, printed out the 8th caution of the night. To look back at what happened here between the two of them. Oh, maybe another car involved. Looks like the 23 Blaze Tatum got into the back of the 42, who's already actually sideways. He didn't even get into him until right there. And then Jeff Meyer just piles in, nowhere really to go. He's already down to the bottom. I didn't think he expected him to kind of to go low there. He's right on board with the 50 machine. So he's just falling behind the 38. All of a sudden, There's a spin. He goes low and right into the back of the 42. Heavy damage to the front end. He's gonna go and tow it back to his pit stall. So it seems like he is about done for the night. As take a look back at what happened here. Different angle. 42 just got loose. 23 nowhere really to go. Just got into him. Kind of helped him around, and that brought out the caution. So pace car back out front here from Phoenix for the 8th time here tonight. And as there's no real pit stops besides the guys who got involved. I say that actually is Blaze Tate is on pit road. Waldemar Atchison. Jeff Myers still on pit road. Kirk Sagier, Tilton Young on pit road. So guys taking this opportunity to come down pit road. 4 tires, fill it full of gas. Tilton Young, Blaze Tate, and Kirk Sagier gonna come off pit road in that order. But I want to take this opportunity to go to another quick commercial break. And our 8th caution here from Phoenix International Raceway. Ready to go back green here from Phoenix International Raceway. Atchison Motorsport Xfinity Series. Broadcasted on LCTV. Appreciate y'all coming out and watching tonight's stream. This pace car turns down onto pit road, and Jim Ott and CJ Gates will lead the field back to green here. The field continues to shrink. Gets a good restart. CJ Gates is right there. Oh, makes some contact with the outside wall. And behind him, totally under the same thing. Jeff Meyer was way off pit road, but... So, 2nd place and 5th place both just got into the wall in the restart of turn 2 as they cleared lap 93 this time by. Jim Ott still out front here at Phoenix. But he's not that far in front. The 13 machine. The race leader looking back at the 13. 13 got in that corner a little bit too hot and kind of lost a bit of time on the 3 machine, but she has got to try to find a different gap to gain, and caution once again. This time it's for Donald Floyd once again in turn 1 here. Let's take a look back at what happened. So looks like he just got loose into turn 1 once again and ran up the 9th caution of the night. Wow. Deja vu. The exact same corner, the exact same car, the exact same way. Pretty much. Just wasn't somebody piling in, but very, very, very similar to wreck to what we just saw happen with the 42 machine. Just went into turn 1 and just kind of got a little bit sideways. See, you heard right there, he kind of got back the gas just before he got loose. That's probably what caused it. There's a little, you know, just splash in the gas. But so again, another car get involved a little bit in that. Kind of was taking place with the 23. 40 just got into the back of him. I don't think he got too much damage. You don't see any scratch on his front end at all. So very, very, very similar wreck to what we just saw. It's actually got some guys pitting here. The 40, the 88, 38s, 83. Going on their way down the pit road. And we also looks like they're going to stay out. So Jason Barham slides in. Roy Atchison, the 3rd, slides in. Sager, Tilton Yun. If Mark came back off pit road, but he still has a lot of damage, and he's currently scored in 10th place, 3 laps down. So it looks like Jason Barron's gonna come off pit road first. Jim out front here at Phoenix. Seven laps complete here at Phoenix. The 4th race of the season and their first short track. Next week, Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series heads to Auto Club Speedway for another big 2-mile oval racetrack. Definitely a lot of different racetracks here. We got a couple of mile and a halves, one really slick, one really tight. Going to a flat 1 mile oval here at Phoenix, and finishing off the West Coast swing is Auto Club Speedway, located in Fontana, California. So next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, make sure you come check out that race. You see these guys hit the 2nd fastest track on the NASCAR circuit. As the pace car lights are off once again here at Phoenix. Jim Ott still your race leader alongside the 13 of CJ Gates. Followed by Blaze Tame, that number 23, so a couple of Budweiser cars up here. Actually looks like the top 5 second up by Chevys. You got a Ford, a Chevy, and a Ford. And then a Ford and another Chevy, so. No Zetas. Only Zeta in this race was J.R. Hager, who was put behind the garage after a couple incidents with the wall, getting a penalty for taking the race lead, and then spinning into the inside wall and getting heavy damage in the front end. So, not the day he wanted after he missed Las Vegas and got involved in a wreck at Atlanta and also Daytona. So, pretty rough season for him. Another 02 machine so far this season, but pace car makes a hard left turn down a pit lane.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out underway. Great restart by CJ Gates. Gets their jump on Jim on actually. Gotta make sure he didn't jump the restart, but so he actually made pull to the race lead here. As the guys shuffling the back here. But CJ Gates, great restart. Donna Floyd on pit road now. They're spinning twice, so turn around to just 50 laps to go here at Phoenix. CJ Gates back out front here, but don't look now. Here comes that 3 machine of Jim Ott. Actually, Donna Floyd getting back to speed off pit road here. Here comes Jamont looking to the inside. 13 maybe washed up a bit too much right there. Oh, actually, had a pretty good corner. Thought he might get to the outside wall right there off turn 2. Seen him did it a couple of laps ago on our restart. Kind of just chilling as everybody top 4 all single file, and there's some single file all the way through the rest of the field. So pretty calm after a pretty crazy race here. Blaze Tatum got out of the groove, slid up high. The Jason Bears would go underneath him for 3rd. You know, up front, Jim Ott still trying to close that gap on CJ Gates. Doing everything he can. Looking to the inside now of the 13 machine. Running different lines, and Jim seems to be faster. He's just up to his door. He's going to be able to cut the dog leg pretty nicely here. CJ trying to hold momentum on the high side. They're resetting a little bit too hot there and close to contact, but they're able to escape without damage. As up front, here goes the 3 once again off turn 2, almost in contact. I think the 13 expected the 3 to go down low there, and he didn't. And actually is going to let the 3 Jim Ott back out front. And CJ Gates loses the race lead as we've done a lead change here tonight. CJ Gates looking to try to retake at all costs. We have seen the 3 be the class. Oh, as it gets sideways in turn 1, that's going to allow the 13 to get back underneath him here. Great racing for the lead right here. 13 really cut the dog leg, but that's going to hurt his entrance into turn 3. Maybe not, actually. He's going to get the race lead right back for the 3 of Jim Ott. So, yeah, another lead change. One of several here tonight. So that 3 worked hard to get past the 13, and the 13 got right back by him as 3 made another mistake. We have seen him make a couple mistakes that actually cost him the stage win, the first stage win. He got into the outside wall coming off turn 2, and that hurt him quite a bit as he gets to charge on the outside of CJ Gates now. Doesn't really help him. Here it comes, trying to look to the outside. 13 pulls up in front of him. Here comes to the inside. 13 got a little bit sideways right there. They come off even down the back straightaway. 3 cuts the dog leg once again. 13 is still trying to hold his ground. 3 on the inside, the 13 on the outside, off turn 4. Looks like the 13 is going to be able to hold that spot. The 3 about bump drafting about that front stretch. 3 seems to be better in 1 and 2, but 13 seems to be a little bit better in 3 and 4. Worked the way off turn 2 again. Don't look down. Here comes the 83 Jason Bear. He's looking for a hole to go in. Try to get around these 2 guys. Sorry, I just noticed I left the banner up. I really apologize for that. We had some great racing. Oh, sucks when it makes mistakes like that. Apologize for that. But 13 CJ Gates still up front here. It's coming up to just 40 laps to go next time by. The 3 gets up alongside him in turn 2 here, though. Side by side off turn 4. 13 gonna lead this time by at the stripe, but 3 has the inside. 13 gets a pretty good entrance into turn 1. He's gonna be able to hold him off for now. With just 40 laps to go. Jason Bayham half a second back now. I don't know if he's gonna be able to have anything for these 2 leaders coming up towards the end of this thing. These 2 guys have been the class of the field all night. Only times being separated were on pit road, so 3 gets a pretty good run through 1 and 2. He has gotten those runs off turn 2. Seems to be a little bit better than the 13 machine through there, but let's see what he's able to do here. Worked away through 3 and 4 once again. And on board board with their second place runner Jim Ott and the 3 machine. 13 gonna slide up a bit. It's gonna allow the 3 to get underneath them. It's a big run. Think he might have him here as he goes into turn 3. Put the dog leg. Yes, Jim Ott back out front. 13 right there behind him. The 3 gets sideways once again. Here comes the 13 underneath them. Almost door to door. Almost some contact. The 13 is going to retake the race lead once again. Wow. And Jason Bear now trying to take away that second spot from Jim Ott. And indeed he does, actually. So Jason Bear up to second, now right behind the 13 machine. He may be back there just looking on and saving his tires, because he had a really great run right there. Now he's trying to look to get underneath the 13 machine. Great racing here up front, getting in towards the end of this thing. I'm not quite sure if they have to pit for fuel or not, but right now, 3-car battle for the race lead. Jim Ott kind of fell back. He did get sideways twice, probably burned off his tires a bit, and the 83, I think, was just kind of sitting back there saving them. So he may have a run for the 13 machine here. He also has some lap traffic. Jeff Meyer in the 50 machine, riding in 10th place, a couple laps down. He's going to go up top and get out of the way for these race leaders. 83 around him as well, as long as Jim Ott, so about a 3/10 of a second gap between first and second now, but it could also just be 83's trying to save his tires. You never know. I mean, when we did see those pit stops earlier, that both the 13 and the 3 slid through their pit stalls. 3 really had a mistake. Actually, the 13 went up high here. He made a mistake. Here comes the 83, Jason Bear underneath him for the race lead. And he's going to clear him down the back straightaway, heading into 3. So Jason Bear out front. Here comes the 13 back underneath him. And 83, Jason Bear, your new race leader here at Phoenix. He just patiently sat back there to saw the 3 and 13 battle it out for the race lead. I mean, he went by both of them and took that spot from them. So 83 machine out front. But they ain't over till it's over. As 13 gets a better run through 3 and 4, potentially. 83 actually has some left front damage on the fender, so great run by him, even with that damage. Being the 2 guys have been collapsed of the field, and don't look now. Here comes that angry 3 front end, not Chevrolet Camaro. Looking to try to take away that second spot back from CJ Gates, so that's something definitely that Jason Meyer wants to see. He wants to see those guys get side by side again, especially as aggressive as they're racing earlier, because that will allow him to pull away as he complete 1 lap 19 here from Phoenix. Still bunched up, all under a blanket, only 3/10 between first and third, and Jim Ott's going to get a run underneath CJ Gates now for that second spot as they head into turn 3. Jim Ott takes over that spot. 13 gives him a bit of a slight nudge, but and another nudge off turn 4, excuse me. Jim Ott takes back second. We're gonna see what he has for 83 if he can get up here and catch him. It's a 4/10 of a second gap. Now, so just 30 laps to go here from Phoenix. Gonna see, can Jim close in and take this spot away from Jason Barham, your Daytona winner. So Jason already has a win this season, and I do not quite know who won Atlanta, but I know Jim came pretty close to winning 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas, so he's certainly like redemption from that race as Jason Barham has pulled away a bit, and actually the 3 and 13 are pitting here. So some pit strategy. There's 28 laps to go, and Tilton Young out of 4th place comes down. Kirk Sager's going to stay out along with Jeffrey Meyer. Blaze Tate looks like he's going to stay out. But down pit road come 2 of the leaders. Well, Jason Barham kind of, where is he? On track? No, he's staying out once again, so second and third placers, they're going to come down and pit, but everybody else stays out. Let's see who comes off pit road here first.
Caution's out.
And a caution! This changes everything. Roy Atchison spins, and if I'm not mistaken, that put Jim Ott and CJ Gates both a lap down, along with Hilton Yun. Wow, what an amazing caution at just the right timing, right there, as Roy Atchison brings out the 10th caution, pretty sure. The 10th to the 11th caution of the night. Take a look back at what happened with the number 88 nationwide Ford Mustang. Yep, just kind of got loose, kind of got in the apron, and that got him just sideways enough. Locked it down in the tri-oval. Didn't even entirely spin. Did come to a complete stop and backed it up, but kind of surprised they brought out a caution. Usually the caution doesn't come out for a car on the apron, but it did right there. But that's going to totally change everything. The way these leaders are racing, and Donald Floyd looks like he disconnected, so I'm not sure when that was, but probably was a little while ago. I'm guessing as that's going to change about everything here. Is leaders who did not pit are now on pit road. So Jason Barham's on pit road. Blaze Tatum takes his wave around. Looks like everybody, I think all these guys are going to get the wave around. As Jason Barham comes down pit road, right sides are up. Kenneth Sagert, Kirk Sagert. Blaze Tatum gets the wave around, so he's going to come back around here. But wow, very, very interesting caution. That just was when they went a lap down, too. You saw Jason Barham go by right after that happened, so just barely went a lap down. That caution came out just a bit sooner. They would actually come out on top, but because of that caution right there, that's gonna cost them. Actually, it looks like Tilton Young came out in front of us now. That's where Atchison and Jeffrey Meyer are gonna come on pit road. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Hilton Yun is going to come out ahead of Jim Ott and CJ Gates. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, also, he did pit Hilton Yun signing at Tilton. So Jason Barham is currently a race leader. I know, actually, Blaze Tatum is a race leader. No, I hate to let Jason Barham by. So Jason Barham, your race leader. Kirk Sager's going to be second. Just going to wait and see here if the 61 machine is third. This helps Jason Barham out a lot. He just put those guys a lap down. Yes, Kenneth Stager is going to be in third. Blaze Tatum will be fourth, and then Hilton Yun, Jim Ott, and CJ Gates will get the wave around. But wow, that changed about everything. So pretty lucky caution for Jason Barham though. As he stayed out, those guys came down, made a choice to pit at the same time. Guessing some teammate strategy or something there. Basically, lights are off. Here comes the 38, the 3, the 13. Gonna get their laps back. So that's gonna put Jason Barham out front still. And he just put his guys' laps down too. So Kirk Sager's gonna be second. Kenneth Sager's gonna be third. Fourth would be Blaze Tatum. And Hilton Yun is, I believe, actually behind these guys. Yeah, so Hilton Young actually is a lap down. These guys are not, so these guys are gonna try to get the wave around, get back up here. So they're gonna have to work their way through this traffic though to get back up to the race leader Jason Barham. So this helps out Jason quite a bit as they're just gonna barely catch him back the field as it is one lap caution base laps. Pace car makes her left turn down onto pit lane. They're just going to catch him to the back of the field for the green flag. Backing away here, and Kirk Sager on the outside did not go in that 40 Coca-Cola machine. But Jason Barham out front right now. Here goes Blaze Tatum underneath the 61. That 3 wide back here. The 3 being extremely aggressive, trying to regain all these spots that he lost with that caution. At battling second place, Blaze Tatum. Meanwhile, O's 38 machine sideways, Hilton Yun. Meanwhile, Jason Barron with a 2.5 lead is the 3. Finally gets clear of the 23, the 13, trying to pass the 61. And set his sights on the 23, so big lead now for Jason Barron. This also confirms that they're not going to have to pit again, so it's all about catching up, and I'm sure if I was Jason Barron, I'd be saving my tires right now with that big of a gap, and I'm sure these guys are eating them up trying to regain. But no, they're going to have to do that in order to catch up here, so 1.3 second lead that time by at the stripe between first place there Jason Barron and Jim Ott, who's now at 1.1 seconds, so just putting up just 19 laps to go. You see these guys try to make a late race charge. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty good finish here at Phoenix. Just 19 laps left to go in this one. A very interestingly timed caution that kind of hurt the second and third place for some of the leaders, but definitely helped Jason Barron, who's now, don't look now, but here comes that 3. He gained over almost a second that lap. He is coming up quick with just 18 laps to go. Again, it could just be Jason trying to save his tires. I'm pretty sure that's what he did earlier, and that's how he was able to get past the 2 guys. Just kind of quietly sitting back there patiently, and I think he was trying to save his tires. They were battling hard for the race lead, and he came out in front of them before that whole ordeal happened with pitting. So he's currently out front. With just 17 laps to go, you would have to think it would be go time. Way through 3 and 4 once again. Jim Ott right on about a car length behind the 83 machines. Coming off turn 4. CJ Gates now playing that Blaze Stanton role. Actually, Blaze Stanton, Jason Barron, as the 3 machine goes underneath their 83, and he's gonna easily get by him. 83 trying to pull the crossover though down the backstretch through the dogleg into turn 3. And see what he can do here. He does, so a crossover by the 83 Jason Barron. Nice move by him as he gets tight and the 3 machines in the wall. Now here comes CJ Gates through the race lead. Just 15 laps to go. Jason Barron falls all the way back to 3rd. Jim Ott pounded the wall, but is now able to get back up here and try to challenge for this race lead now with CJ Gates, who went from 3rd to 1st in that one corner right there. Just thought the 83 getting the wall a little bit too. I think if 83 just kind of thought that he was cleared, he came up and 3 was trying to stick his nose in there and a bit of a racing incident. But 14 laps to go here at Phoenix. They were through 3 and 4. 13 still up front, but always comes down to who's going to see the tires in those. 13 laps to go here at Phoenix. Got on board the second place runner Jim Ott. Jason Barron kind of falling a bit behind, and CJ Gates kind of gaining a bit of time on Jim Ott for the race lead. Getting down the nitty-gritty of this, and see some smoke right there. Somebody blew up. That's the 50 Jeffrey Meyer. So his engine is dead, but no caution. He's gonna make his way down the pit road, definitely speeding, but don't think he really cares, honestly. But that might change everything right there. 3/10 is the gap between first and second right now. Now down to 2/10 think Jim maybe saved his stuff just a bit there. Trying to make this charge. Here he comes. Looking underneath Jim Ott. Just 10 laps to go here. 10 more miles from Phoenix. Jim Ott just 1/10 behind CJ Gates. He's gonna have to make a move as he fell back there about 3/10 behind. So bit of a mistake, costly mistake. You cannot be making mistakes this late in the race. Oh, but you gotta have your A game in order to gain on that car in front. That's what he's gonna need here if he wants to catch that 13 machine. 8 laps to go. Hit the dog leg once again. Now 4.5 tenths. So 13 continuing to pull away a bit. That 3 probably just kind of hoping for a late race caution, or. And as I say that, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Roy Atchison brings out the caution once again, and if that wasn't perfectly timed, I don't know what was. Wow. Another big game changer here from Phoenix. Take a look back at what happened to the 88 machine, bringing out another caution here tonight. Looks pretty similar to his wreck earlier. Just got tight, hit the outside wall, and spun to the inside one. Very similar to what happened earlier, only this time the 50 machine was going for a tumble in turn 1. But that timing was, I don't know if I jinxed it or what, but wow, that's gonna change everything. So the question is, do these guys pit or not? 8 is gonna, and here comes the 13, CJ Gates and Jason Barham. But it looks like, in fact, everybody else is gonna stay out. No, Blaze Tatum comes down, so 3 of the 7 front runners come down pit road. If I'm not mistaken, we're gonna have about 3 to go and we go back green. So interesting call, very interesting call. Definitely a big game changer here. Gonna lead to a pretty good finish at Phoenix. I was gonna say he's gonna either hope for a late race caution or for the 13 to make a mistake, and right as I finished saying he's gonna hope for late race caution, that's right when we saw the 88 make contact with the inside wall after going for a spin off turn 4 for the second time tonight. For now, I believe the 11th caution of the night, so gonna be 3 laps to go when we go back green. Jim out front, Kirk Sagert in second. 61 Kenneth Sagert in third. CJ Gates, first car off pit road in fourth, so followed by Jason Barr and Blaze Tatum. 38 of Hilton. Hilton Young comes down pit road by fixing some damage went up, might as well as 5 laps to go, but it'll be 3 to go if I'm not mistaken. We go back green, so 3-lap shootout, only 3 miles. And if these guys who pitted, like CJ Gates and Jason Barham, want to come up here and win this race, they're gonna have to be extremely aggressive, as 3 guys stayed out. So they're gonna be starting in rows 2 and 3. They're gonna have to really make some risky moves in order to get back up to the front and try to have a shot at this win. But definitely a game changer. Is going to lead up to a pretty good finish here at Phoenix. As Space Relay should be off this time. Indeed they are. So Jim Ott, your race leader, on his outside, Kirk Sagert, and behind him, Kenneth Sagert. Only 3 cars you stayed out as CJ Gates and Jason Barham, Blaze Tatum, they all pitted, along with Hilton Yun. So, gonna have a pretty good one here, I believe. Looks like about 7 cars are gonna battle it out for the win here, but 3 of them stayed out. Out of those 3, Jim Ott definitely the favorite, but can the guys like CJ Gates and Jason Barham, Blaze Tatum, can they, you know, take a 3 wide, do something crazy to get back up here? They only have 3 laps to do it. 3 laps at Phoenix isn't much time, but we're gonna have to do something pretty crazy. We know Kirk Sager didn't get a good restart last time. I'm pretty sure that's Pilot the 13 wants to hear. Space car racing on left turn down pit road. Here we go to settle it here at Phoenix. Green flag is back out. We're backing away here from Phoenix, and 3 wide for a second as I called it. Oh, some contact in the back between the 40 and the 23. All managed to save it, but the 83 and the 13 split the 61 and set their sights on the 3 Jim Ott. Now the 3 Jim Ott, he's going to want these guys to get side by side. As Jason Barham clears CJ Gates for second. These guys charging it in hard. They only have 2 laps to do it. CJ Gates gets underneath Jason Barham now. They gotta stop racing side by side. They're gonna let the 3 win this race. 2 to go. And the 13 gets sideways, and the 83 gets into him. And that's gonna end it here from Phoenix.
The end of that little run we just did.
Jim Ott is gonna come out with the race win here. Wow. I thought for sure those guys were gonna eat him up considering he stayed out, but 13 and 83 were being aggressive trying to get second because they knew they were one of them was gonna have a shot at the 3, and 13 just got on the apron and 83 got in the back room and around he went. Let's take a look back at what happened. Is we're on the last lap here, so I'm gonna let them cross the finish line before we look back and take a LCTV replay back and look what happened. But crazy race here from Phoenix. 12th caution's gonna end it with just 2 to go, but Jim Ott saw a different pitch strategy in that call, and Jim Ott managed to hold them off. He got pretty lucky with that caution, because I bet if that caution didn't come out, it was going to be a pretty crazy race at the end, but nevertheless, great show by these guys. Here at Phoenix, what a finish. Jim Ott, number 3, all pay. IPA Chevrolet Camaro is going to celebrate tonight after this Phoenix win. He got jipped last week and he's going to pull it off tonight. So Jim Ott, your race winner. Jason Barham's going to come second. Hilton Young in the top 3. Kenneth Sager, Blaze Tatum, Kirk Sager, CJ Gates, Atchison, Jeffrey Meyer. Rounds out your field. But we're going to take this quick opportunity to go to a quick commercial break before we have a word with your race winner and top 3 finishers. So I'm gonna wait for him to come around and celebrate, do a little bit of celebrating on the front straightaway before we go to that commercial break. He's gonna drop it down to first gear, it looks like here, and he's gonna burn him down on the front straightaway here for all these fans, and crashes into the outside wall. What a way to finish up tonight. What was Denny Hamlin is going to hit the wall again, so. Well, tough burnout for Jim Ott, but nevertheless, and he's going to decide donuts aren't going to do it, so he's just going to do it along the wall. Jim Ott, your Phoenix winner from the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Don't go away, we'll be right back and have a word with your top 3 finishers here from Phoenix.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Back live here from Phoenix International Raceway after the close of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series race number 4 in the first season. Jim Ott coming out with the win here tonight. We're going to take the time to meet up with your third place finisher here. Hilton Yun. Hilton Yun, do you have a copy?
Gotcha.
So Hilton, we saw you kind of running in and out of the top 5. Saw you kind of short pit on some stages. As I come out front. Definitely some interesting strategy. We're kind of quiet out there tonight, but you're able to come home with a top 3 finish, so definitely not too bad. Tell us what was going on behind that wheel of that number 38 machine.
Yeah, I changed the setup a little bit. I had a really good drive off, and on the short run, 40 laps, I was good, but I kept kind of killing myself on the pit strategy. At the end, though, came out right, fresh tires, short run, just got where I needed to be.
Yeah, certainly. It's always good to come out in the top 3, and you definitely weren't up there leading laps or having a maybe chance of battling for the lead, but certainly a quiet night, comes out with a top 3 finish. Definitely not bad. Pretty clean race for you. So any shout outs you want to give?
Our sponsors, Paparazzi, Suicide Prevention. My sponsors, Beat Diabetes Awareness. Did the best I could. Felt like I was a top 5 finisher, and I got 3rd, so I did a little better than I thought.
Yeah, certainly. We appreciate your time coming down, and have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, so that was number 38 machine of Hilton Yun. As we're going to meet up with their second place finisher, number 83 machine of Jason Barham. Jason Barham, do you have a copy?
TN4.
So Jason, we saw you kind of made some interesting moves. You were in a battle for the lead there quite a bit. So you passed the 13, the 3 after they had a pretty crazy battle for the lead there. You ran in the top 5 pretty much all night long, so pretty consistently. You pulled a pretty interesting strategy pitting there on that last late race caution. Tell us what happened behind the wheel of that number 83 machine there tonight.
Just like to say thanks Paparazzi Jewelry and Suicide Awareness for putting this on along with Roy. for the Atchison Motorsports. I recently here we got with Xfinity cars, but all night, I just tried staying consistent. I didn't have the best car. The best car won the race in my book, the number 3 car. But that's why I had to come in and get tires. That was pretty much my only hope. And I just tried keeping the car clean the whole night. Few incidents in there. I kind of pinned a 3 up in the wall, I think, a little bit, but glad he still came out the winner.
Yeah, certainly it was pretty cool seeing you, CJ, and Jim all battling there, and obviously after Larry's caution and pulling that strategy call to come down pit road at the last second. Tell us what was behind the idea of that.
Pretty much, I was just waiting to see what them guys in front of me were doing. I thought both of them were going to stay out, and they were kind of playing games with each other. If the 13 would have spun out, I think we would have had a awesome finish for you guys there tonight. But I'm happy with second place, definitely.
Yeah, certainly a good run, a top 2 runner up after Daytona won a few weeks ago, if I can say it correctly. But certainly not a bad run for you. And any shout outs you want to
give? Come again? What did you say?
Any shout outs you want to give?
Just really to Roy, putting on a league, and like I said, the sponsors, they've been helping out with paparazzi jewelry, and then most importantly, the suicide awareness. So pretty much nothing after that. Just see you next week.
Yep, certainly from Fontana, California, Auto Club. So gonna be a pretty different track than what we saw here tonight. But I appreciate your time, Jason. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to next week. Later.
So that was Jason Barrow, the number 83 machine, coming out with second place here tonight. What we've all been waiting for, coming down here, see if we're going to find Jim Ott behind the wheel of the number 3 machine. Jim Ott, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So, Jim, we saw you pretty fun battle there. It looked like with the 13, the 83 went on for quite a while, and it looked like you may have, kind of fell back behind the 13 after making some contact with 83 there in the outside wall. And that Larry's caution kind of changed everything, and you decided to stay out while some of the guys behind you pitted. But in the end, you were able to hold them off, get the race win. Tell us what was going on behind the wheel of the number 3 machine here tonight.
Oh, no, a great day for us. Hence down to CJ and Jason. He kind of came out of nowhere, Jason did. But I think that was when me and CJ were fighting. But either way, what a battle with CJ and myself. But that last caution, I had to have the track position. I knew I needed to stay out. Kind of pulled the old move on CJ. Hate doing that, but I needed that track position. I had a gut feeling that a caution would come out. We'd be in a good position, and got lucky. But we had the speed all night, so I felt we were the best car.
Yeah, certainly got the pole. So definitely noted on. You probably were the fastest car out there tonight, but really exciting battle watching from up here in the booth after, made some contact with the wall, fell about a half second behind the race leader. And I was actually saying as I was running on board with you, I said he's gonna need a late race caution. And as soon as I said that, the 88 spun. So it was pretty interesting watching it up here, and certainly not a bad night for you pulling off the win. So after we saw a couple weeks ago at Las Vegas, you were in a battle but weren't able to close on the finish. So you were able to do it here tonight. Any special shout outs you want to give?
Oh, absolutely. You guys are doing a good job out on the broadcast booth. It's enjoyable to listen to you guys and the broadcast, so thank you for that. And, of course, Roy for putting this league on, and CJ. He's actually my teammate, so we weren't really too friendly out there tonight with each other, but at the end of the day, just wanted to thank these guys.
Yeah, it kind of tipped me off when you both pitted at the same time and that green flag pit stop towards the end, but so, yeah, we appreciate your time here, Jim, and congratulations to the win. Go celebrate.
All right, thanks a lot, Lucas.
So, that was the number 3 machine, Jim Ott, your race winner here from Phoenix, race 4 of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. So, appreciate all your time for coming out and watching tonight's stream here on a lovely Sunday night after an off week last week. And if you were wondering, yes, indeed, his father was okay last week, so no worries there. But appreciate Roy for putting on this league. I want to thank our partners, their partners, Paparazzi's Accessories, and also Suicide Awareness, with official partners of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. But thank you all for coming out here tonight. And if you did indeed enjoy today's broadcast, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button for more streams on iRacing leagues, including Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. When we're live here 8:30 p.m. Eastern next week. Coverage from Auto Club in Fontana, California. So 2-mile bumpy old speedway. It's going to be pretty exciting, as we saw here tonight. But congratulations to Jim on the victory, and we appreciate you all for watching. Have a good night.